Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm so glad that you're all here. Again, no face in this video, which is purely because, well, one, I'm ill still. Your girl actually does have COVID, so but I'm making a video for you. Honestly, it's not that bad. I mean, as in, like, I don't have it badly. Yeah, and it's just life, honestly. Oh, there was a bit of banging, so hopefully I can either drown that out or you guys can't hear that much, so that would be great. Yeah, I'm back with a video. I'm back. I haven't filmed in like a week, so I'm saying I'm back, but you did see a video last week, I'm sure, so it won't seem that crazy for you guys. Also, video that went up on, I'm not sure what day it's going to go up because I haven't even finished editing it yet, but it has taken me 5 days now, 5 days to edit that astrology video. So there will be a link up here for you if you would like to watch that. I talk about astrology quite a lot in these readings and other readings that I do, so hopefully that can help you guys out with introducing you into astrology if you don't really know much, or you kind of want to get into it but you don't know where to start. Hopefully a video like that can help you. Also, I am now open for personal readings. If you're looking to get a reading from me, you know, it's the Christmas season, why don't you buy a reading for someone else even, and let me know that it's for someone else. Make it a gift card, I don't know. It can be a lot more personalized to you. Like, these readings are great, but it's never going to really hit 100% your energy all of the time. Okay, so for today's reading in particular, we are going to be looking at what this connection is here to teach you and why this person came into your life. Kind of similar questions, but maybe will be answered a little bit different depending on how spirit wants to interpret that. And we are looking at the spiritual reason for why they came into your life, not like why they chose to introduce themselves to you, basically. We're back with 4 cards, so I'm excited for that. I like when I'm able to do a lot more options for you guys so that the energy can be a lot more specific. And yes, I think that is everything. Remember to follow my socials, especially when I go ghost on you guys, which I try not to do, but sometimes life gets in the way and just other stuff, which you will see because I'm also filming a vlog for this month anyway, so you'll see everything at the end of the month of all the stuff that I've been through this month. But yeah, if you are interested in that, if you're just here for the bloody reading, I'm so sorry. There is timestamps as well in this reading, as with most of my videos. And yeah, let's get straight into it and just get into the options that we have. So starting off over here with option number 1, we have rose quartz. For those of you interested in option number 2, we have Aragonite. For those of you interested in option number 3, we have Selenite. And lastly, with option number 4, we have Lapis Lazuli. So those are the 4 options that I have for you today. I want you guys to use your intuition to choose the crystal that is going to be right for you, that you are most drawn to. As always, please remember that this is a general reading, so only take what resonates, because you are not the ugliest stepsister. Please do not force that shoe onto your foot. Okay guys, so I've pulled all your tarot cards for you. I'll show you them to you actually, why not? That's what I usually do. So we have the Devil card in reverse. You have a lot of strong energy here. We have the Lovers. You have the 9 of Swords. I don't know if you guys might be separated from this person. You have the Page of Wands. You have the 5 of Cups. And we have the Emperor in reverse. Yeah, this all feels like a separation energy here with the 9 of Swords and the 5 of Cups. Also with the Devil in reverse, which can talk about releasing things. This was probably a very passionate connection. Like, you were very, very drawn to this person because there's a lot of fire energy here. The Lovers, even though it's not fire, it's actually Gemini. I mean, it's like air, so Gemini. This card, just the red in it, always gives me like passionate, fiery energy. The person who you were who you're asking about may have been like older than you as well, like more mature. I feel like this connection was here to mature you with an Emperor in reverse, because I keep getting the word like inexperienced and then mastery. So it could have been like something to do with mastering love, because especially if you have Saturn or Capricorn in the 7th house, it's the idea of Saturn is the teacher and it pushes you through lessons and challenges so that you can be the best at that area of your life. So even if you have like Capricorn or Aquarius Venus as well. Sorry about this. This is not staying in focus, so I'm going to try my best. This Page of Wands is just giving me so much freedom and like individuality. You may have been the type of person who gets kind of caught up in situations or relationships. I want to say situationships as well. So maybe it's like you always get stuck in the incomplete phase, almost like the artificial stage. And it's like this was here to teach you about individuality, owning your own desires and dreams rather than following someone else's. And also detachment with the Devil in reverse, because the 9 of Swords and the 5 of Cups is a sense of grief and loss. A sense of like dwelling too much on what hasn't worked out, or past situations and anxieties, and getting really sad over those things, opposed to looking forwards, which is what, you know, life is the human experience isn't without loss, isn't without, so that's why it's so important to detach from things. Not in an unhealthy way, like detaching before it's gone, but, you know, not becoming so obsessed with the idea of things. Even again there, like if things haven't, it's like you never got to the stage of an official relationship, but you were in the situationship stage. It's like you become so absorbed in the idea that it might turn into that, instead of just embracing what it is in the moment. Or even if it's not something you want, like say if you want it to be more official but it never gets there, rather than being like, okay, this isn't moving in the way that I want it to, so I'm gonna, like, you know, take myself out of the equation, or I'm gonna bring this up to my partner, and if they don't want to do that, then I'm gonna take myself out of the equation. Rather than doing that, you may have been in this situation, you may have found yourself in kind of like drifting along, hoping and wishing that it would turn into the more official thing, a more committed situation. Yes, like rather than taking control over your own life, you kind of just let it pass you by in a way, or you don't take ownership over who you are as an individual, the role that you play in your own life. I think a lot of us feel like life just happens to us, rather than trying to, and then we go one way or the other, where we just allow life to happen to us, or we become super over controlled of things, and we don't allow anything to differ from what we want it to be. And it's like both of those are detrimental ideals, because you're not surrendering to your soul's journey, or you're not surrendering to the gifts that the universe has for you. It's like saying, if it's not like this, then I won't be happy, even though what it could be, or what could come to you, is even better than you could have imagined. So you don't give yourself the chance to even have that. I hope that makes sense. How about the Devil here in reverse, please? The Devil here in reverse. Got the 10 of Swords in reverse. Again, 10 of Swords is an ending. But it's an ending that, with it being in reverse, it's like, it's a bit incomplete. It hasn't quite come to a close yet. So this cycle is still something that's going on in your life. You're still learning the lessons of this situation. And I'm really drawn to the imagery on this Lovers card with this woman almost like pulling this man towards her, like she can't get enough. Like just the smell of him is intoxicating. And then he's kind of got this little smirk on his face almost, like, yeah, I'm good. Like he has the confidence, basically. He has the inner knowing of who he is. So this could have been your partner. Maybe that's even why you were drawn to them, because a lot of people are just mirroring either the things that we need to have within ourselves or things that we need to, you know, let go of. So when we like something about someone, it's like, okay, well, you have this within you, so own it. Cultivate that part of you too, so that you can feel as good about yourself as you do about that person. So if you feel like that resonates for you, think about the things that you enjoyed about this person, or that you like about this person, and start to look at yourself and think, do I think I have those qualities first of all? And if I don't, then why not? And if I can see it in them, then I must be able to recognize it in myself. You know, you've got to learn to recognize it in yourself, basically. I think as well, I don't know why, but I'm getting the most random message, but I feel like this relationship was very natural. Like it was just very organic and unique in that way. It was super authentic. Like you could just be your raw self with them. See how they're both like almost naked bodied. Obviously we can't see the bottom part, but you know, naked bodied. Even, do you know what it was why I'm laughing that I got that message? Because I was really drawn to her nails and how they look just like simply painted, and it's just very simple. Clarify the Lovers face. Where's the Lovers here? Yeah, we have the Hangman here, showing us that pause that's happened here, looking at things from a new perspective. A lot of you guys might feel like this is a, you know, what they call a divine relationship or a twin flame relationship. But this has felt like nothing that you have felt before. Again, this Hangman card always gives me the sense of freedom and letting loose. Of almost like becoming the inner child. Like, you know, when you're climbing on, when you go to the park and you're climbing up trees, you're climbing frames and all these different things, and you're not afraid of falling. It's almost that sense. Again, not over controlling. Not being afraid to be, this is the Knight of Cups here, not being afraid to be emotionally expressive and open about your desires and wants. Because you're not afraid of loss. You know that you're enough on your own. Nice and open. Nine of Swords, focus. So we have the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. So this just reminded me of the Hermit Tarot. Yeah, that's what she's called. Who, a lot of time on aces, she always references a false start. And that phrase just came to me then with the Pentacles and the Ace of Pentacle in reverse. And with it being a Pentacle here, Pentacle is something that represents the earth signs. That's super sturdy and concrete. Like, again, what I keep saying, like, this relationship maybe never stabilized itself. Maybe it was never official. And that's kind of, again, reiterated here where the Nine of Swords, that anxiety, that sadness is coming from the fact that this never really rooted itself. The potential never really grew into anything. Where's the Page of Wands here, please? We have the Moon here. Talking about all that shadow work as well. Understanding your emotions, the depths of your emotions. Some of you guys might be have Scorpio placements. I would also look at what your Pluto is doing. I feel like this is a really transformative time of your life. Time in your life, sorry. Yeah. I feel like this Page of Wands is all about getting super excited about a plan or ideas that you have. Being really driven to make it into something. And then it's almost like you've drowned in... The moon card represents Pisces. Sorry, I'm talking a lot about astrology in this reading. Wow, okay. The moon card represents Pisces, and it's all about that Neptunian and illusions, things that you can't see. I feel like if there was an ending here, you didn't see it coming. And again, this was here to teach you to get out of kind of that illusion energy, that Neptunian energy. Seeing situations for what they are, seeing the facts of things. Again, very Saturn energy wants you to be real and wants you to be realistic about things. It's very practical. It doesn't want you to dream, and well, of course it wants you to dream because it wants you to achieve, and that's how sometimes we achieve things, but it doesn't want you to stay in that kind of dreamy energy where nothing is being done. It likes movement, it likes consistency. It likes building, like physicality, you know, like the material realm. You may be quite an intuitive person, very much in the spiritual realm. You can maybe often daydream or get lost in your ideas and thoughts. Also that phrase like rose-tinted glasses, looking at the positives of things. Here with the Lovers card where I said maybe you saw this person and only saw really the good things about them. But then you weren't looking about the good things. You weren't focusing on the good things about you. So you kind of lost yourself in that moment or in this situation. So this relationship was here for you to find yourself again. To remind yourself who you are and what you're passionate about. Oops. Got quite a few cards. We've got the the Nine of Pentacles. This was reversed. I don't know, I'm hearing up right now, so I'm gonna put it up right. But we got the Nine of Pentacles here. Again, that energy of individuality, of being stable within yourself, being happy and confident in what you can achieve and what you have. Nine of Pentacles is always that like individual success, like that happiness of I've made it here, I've got myself here, and I'm proud of that. And again, that did fall on top of the Lovers card. You also did have the Emperor reversed and the Six of Swords reversed. So I think it's very difficult possibly for you to move away from this person, to distance yourself from their energy. Again, it's like that word of intoxication. How for the Emperor here, please? So you have the Eight of Swords and Death and Rebirth. Yeah, I'm not surprised to see that, which is the Transformation card. I think some of you guys, or a lot of you guys even, are in that kind of tinkering, are in that phase of trying to get out of this energy. Like if a separation has happened here, you're still pretty much dwelling on it. You're still really focused on what has transpired here, and the energy towards what has transpired here is pretty almost negative in a way. Like you're not quite seeing the lessons yet. You haven't got to the point, which just takes time, to be honest. It's not like you just get out of something and then the next day you're like, okay, I'm really grateful for that. I loved everything that happened here, even though it didn't work out. Like that's really just not how we are as humans. Maybe after a long time of healing work, I don't know, but I'm definitely not like that anyway. And it's like you're still in the phase where you are thinking about what has happened here, thinking about what went wrong, and possibly starting to look inwards opposed to look at that person, rather than being like, you know, they did this and they did that and I loved them so much but they didn't love me, and all these, like, you know, putting everything on them, basically not taking responsibility. Again, it's like you're putting too much focus on the other person. So it's here to teach you about yourself. Who are you? What do you What makes you special? What qualities do you have? What positive qualities do you have? What negative qualities do you have even? And how do they impact your relationships with others? How do they impact how you navigate on this earth? And I say that because the death and rebirth is in reverse, and it feels like, you know, that completion, that transformation hasn't completed itself yet. The cycle is not done. So, and then also the Eight of Swords as well, which is like a self-entrapment. It's like you're getting lost in those negative thoughts almost. And I feel like you are trying to get out of it. I do. I feel like you're trying to think of things differently, especially with the Hangman here. And this situation is trying to get you to think of things differently as well, in a different way. So let us pull some oracle cards and then I'll get back to you. My bad, guys. I actually wanted to do this on camera. Some people are a bit funny about people doing stuff off camera, but anyway, I wanted to do it on camera anyway. But we already pulled 2 animal spirit cards, so we'll take a look at those now. So we have Swan Spirit, time for a deep dive. Definitely see that. This was in reverse, but I'll keep it like that. And then we also have Peacock Spirit, let it shine. I'm not surprised to see that at all compared to what I was saying. And then let us pull some love, romance. What's this called? Romance angels, something like that. Right, so why did they meet the person on their mind? What's the situation here to teach this word? Right. Oops. I feel like there's just one more in here that needs to come out for you. There it is. Sorry, I will what you call them, so they are all on screen in just a minute. Again, like I said, this camera, sometimes it likes to focus really nicely and sometimes it doesn't. So support the channel, guys, so that we can actually get quality videos, because I'm a perfectionist and I like things to be perfect, you know? Right, so let's take these messages from the universe cards now as well. Right, I'm gonna do one more. Yeah, I'm not gonna do any more than that. Right. We got quite a few cards now, huh? So I showed you these. We got Deep Dive and Let It Shine. Let's put those like this. And then we have Healing Family Issues. It says your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. We have codependency here. Addictions are affecting your love life. We have flirt. Extend your light-hearted energy to others. We have keep it simple. Old souls use words very sparingly, except of course for I love you, for I love, thank you, wow, now and cool. Which says, wow, I love you now. The universe, which sounds much better than wow, now I love you. Sequence is important. I always struggle to read those freaking cards. We have you needn't worry. There's no one in your life who hasn't always loved you. They're all just learning how to show it. Big sillies. Here we have no two flowers are the same, yet all are beautiful in their own way. Says comparisons are odious because they presume all other things are equal, which is never the case. Between me and you, the universe. And then finally we have I go where you go. Tell me, are you finding that the occasional stranger has a crush on you? That for words you've almost mindlessly chosen hearts broken too long to heal. I don't even know what that means. The eyes sometimes well up with tears when it's time to say goodbye. Remarkable. Our findings exactly. Psst, your divinity is showing the universe. Okay. Those in, can you see those? Right, where should we go first? So, I'm going to look at these Romance Oracle cards actually first. So, we have healing family issues. Definitely feel that there's a lot of Plutonian, a lot of transformative energy. Why couldn't I think of the word there? A lot of transformative energy. That is shadow work even. Shadow work is looking at those past experiences. Obviously the cards in the romance deck are a bit limited, but whenever this healing family issues comes out, I always think of shadow work, because that is for a lot of people when it comes to relationships, because our relationships with our parents and the relationship between our parents is exactly what was first modeled to us for almost our expectations for love and our expectations for other people. So of course for most of us, that's where we're going to start when we want to look at our more negative habits or traits, or our, let's not call them negative, let's call them, what is the word? Nice. I feel like there is a proper word for that, like, okay, let's just call them uncooperative. We also have here codependency, which I'm not surprised to see with what I was saying about you focusing too much on other individuals in your life. This could even extend beyond, you know, this situation that you're asking about, because more often than not, we are like, it's like our romantic relationships just emphasize everything else in our life. So that codependency here, where someone else's emotions and their being in general is put higher than our own, where we're thinking about the other person more than we should be thinking about ourselves, because, you know, as I like to say, it's our life, no one's going to live it for us and we can't live other people's lives for them either. We also have flirt here, and I love that it says extend your light-hearted energy to others, and I think this really touches on that Emperor energy that you had, where there is that sense that you want to almost over control things, or dream stay in that dreamy energy of looking too far in the future rather than embracing the now. Flirting is very much so a present energy, because you're just enjoying the feelings that are existing. I'm so sorry for the focus, it is annoying me so much, but you're just enjoying the feelings that are present that are existing in the present moment, and you're not looking beyond that. You're not thinking about, oh my god, am I going to marry this person, or, you know, are we going to last, I don't know, until this date. I'm not thinking about the trip that I want to take all the way in January when we're in, oh my god, we're not thinking about the trip that we want to take in summer when, you know, we're all the way in December. So thinking about the now, the present moment a bit more, rather than focusing on things that haven't even happened yet, because by focusing on those things, they almost can happen. It's like when you direct your energy towards something, yes, it can happen. So, okay, I can direct my energy towards this and it might turn into a relationship, but also it might not. Especially if your energy is more so like, I'm worried that, it's like more of an anxious energy where it's like, I'm worried that this won't last. So because you're focusing on it not lasting, then it could, you know, turn into that, manifest as that, right? We also have here, keep it simple. Yeah, I think that really goes again for not focusing too far in the future. Trying to think about present moments when you're engaging with people in your life. And also, I feel like when we focus on the present moment as well, we can take people for what they are rather than what we want them to be. You needn't worry. Yeah, touching on that Nine of Swords, anxiety that you had, and learning to kind of quiet those thoughts, because sometimes they might you know, maybe they'll always be there, I don't know. But it's learning to soothe that person that is anxious inside of you, which is probably your inner child. And just reassuring it that, you know, we're not in that danger zone anymore. We're not in danger. We don't need to be in survival mode. So let's learn to, you know, live our life instead. Rather than survive, let's learn to live. And I love that it says, there's no one in your life who hasn't loved you. They're all just learning how to show it. And then again, saying how blaming things on this individual where we're saying like, oh, they don't love me. Oh, I loved you more than you loved me. And all these different things where we put all the responsibility on one person. It's like at a soul level, everyone embodies love. So whilst this 3D person may not have the capacity to love you in the way that you deserve, it doesn't mean that they are technically a malicious or horrible person. And even if they are, then we need to look at ourselves and be like, okay, what am I going to do about this? Not blaming ourselves for being in the situation as such, but just saying, okay, I can see this person for who they are now, and I don't want to be around that energy, so I'm going to take myself away for me. I'm going to do this for me. Again, getting out of that codependency here. Not obsessing over what they think or they like or how they're feeling, but what am I feeling about this? And then also, no two flowers are the same. Again, that comparison energy of saying how amazing this person may be and all the positive qualities that these people have, other people have that I don't have. Well, here we have no two flowers are the same, but they're all beautiful in their own way. This person might have things that you maybe don't have quite yet, or that you can't see in yourself quite yet, but it doesn't mean you're any less than that individual. Doesn't mean you deserve any less. Then I feel like this one with I go where you go is, here we have that eyes sometimes well up with tears when it's time to say goodbye. It's like that energy of nothing is really gone forever. It's important to practice detachment, and it's important to know that nothing in this lifetime, in this consciousness, will be with you forever. But on a soul level, you know, we are all connected. So, and our soulmates are just people that we've been with in lifetimes and other lifetimes and many lifetimes. So we've had many experiences with this person. This isn't the first, and it probably won't be the last. And the people that, you know, that person that loves you, or if you feel like they are separate from you, I don't know, I'm really rambling here, sorry. What I'm trying to say is their higher self is always going to be connected to you, is always going to be guiding you, especially if you feel like this is a divine relationship, like a twin flame connection, especially in relationships like that. Their higher self, your higher selves are always connected. So it's like separation is an illusion as much as there is a physical separation, there is not going to be a spiritual separation. And also a nod to your spirit guides that they're always here for you, that you're never actually alone on this world. And then over here we have Swan Spirit, time for a deep dive. Yeah, definitely about looking inwards. Deep dive, let's get deep. That moon card energy. Those shadows, where did they come from? Why do I feel like this? Why do I get anxious to situations like this? What can I do about it? Who am I? A lot of people don't know who they are. And not knowing who you are can get you in situations that you don't want to be in. And knowing who you are can get you out of them a lot quicker. And it takes time. It takes time. It's not something you can rush. Not everything is revealed to us at once. But this relationship and this situation is going to be revealing a lot of things to you. And then finally we have a Let It Shine here, which is everything I was talking about, where I'm saying that you need to embrace who you are. Who are you? What makes you beautiful? I know I'm asking you so many questions, but I feel like it's your guides want you to look inwards, be introspective in this time. Do things that you've always wanted to do. Instead of looking at this person or obsessing over them, thinking about what they're doing. Okay, but what do you want to do? What do you enjoy doing? And then take it from there. If you stop enjoying it, then that's fine too. Right, that is everything that I have for you guys. Option number 1 with the rose quartz. Thank you so much for coming to this reading. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. Comment down below what else you would like to see from me. If you're new here and would like to see more from me, I post mostly spiritual and lifestyle content, and you can subscribe down below. And I'm also now offering private readings if you're interested. There is a link in the description. And I will see you in my next one. Bye. Hello Aragonite, welcome to your reading. Let's get started, why don't we? I've pulled some tarot cards for you, so let's take a look at those now. I feel great energy from your pal. Not saying that the situation is necessarily great, but I don't know, your spirit guides feel very lovely people, so I'm happy to be here. So we have the Ten of Swords starting off here. We have the Two of Cups. We have the Sun card. We have the Three of Wands. We have the Fool in reverse. And we have the Queen of Wands in reverse. Right, Tio. Instantly with the Two of Cups here, I'm feeling heavy, heavy soulmate energy. For many of you guys, this is going to be a soulmate. It could be friends for you guys as well, like a friend, a platonic soulmate, sorry. But as well, for many of you guys, it will be romantic as well. I'm very drawn to this. I believe this is the Kundalini sign here. I think it is. I'm not very good at these signs and symbols, but I'm very drawn to that. So some of you guys could have felt like you had some kind of energetic or Kundalini awakening from this connection as kind of a, you know, a recognizable thing that has happened to you. I don't know why, with the Fool card here, I'm getting the word new direction. Like, I feel like this connection has either set you on, or it's basically its purpose or whatever it's here to teach you is that it's set you on a new direction. Because these two cards actually talk about hesitancy. And we're going to pull some clarifiers, but let's see what else we can get first. Yeah, I feel like it's put an end to something in your life. And it strangely doesn't feel like it was necessarily this connection that's come to an end, but it could have. This could have been, for some of you, a kind of flighty soulmate, as in like, it was here and it was really great, a bit like a summer romance. Like, you know, it lasted a good period of time and it was super nice when it happened, and then it's kind of done, and there's not a lot of there's a lot of happy memories when you look back, but it's not like, oh my gosh, I hate this person, they did such horrible things to me, and all these different things. It's like, okay, it ended, but it was time for it to end. That's what I mean. That's what I'm getting from this. It's like, if it did end, or if it has ended, it's like, it was at its time. It was at its ending. Why can't I think of words? Like, I just get this person on the Ten of Swords is just like exhausted. And he's like, yeah, that's great. That's great. Put those in. Let's end this, please. And plus the Sun card is here upright, which is really great. So I do feel like there was a lot of happiness here. Maybe you went on a lot of adventures together, like there was a lot going on. Again, I'm feeling summery energy, so we had that analogy of a summer romance. So this could have actually taken place in like summer, and you know, summer has that almost nostalgic feeling to it where things are so much happier and life is a lot more adventurous, there's a lot more to do. So for some of you guys, this could have actually taken place during that season, and that's why you feel this energy about it. This energy surrounds it even. This Queen of Wands energy is feeling like a almost retraction from maybe society even. Like you guys feel like pretty confident, possibly extroverted people, or like outgoing people, but it's like maybe sometimes you guys did things without thinking, or you would react without thinking, or you're very impulsive in nature opposed to like being a little bit more cautious. So it's like this situation taught you to be a little bit more cautious or think things through a little bit more. I mean, this isn't the Queen of Swords, so we'll clarify it. We'll clarify it now actually, but that's kind of the energy that I'm getting right now. Like even here, I'm getting that almost Adam and Eve energy, like, hey, you take a bite of the apple, okay. You take the bite of the apple. Like super playful and like, oh, you taste this and you taste that. Maybe some of you guys went wine tasting as well. It just feels like a very playful energy here. Wasn't particularly serious, and that's not to say that you guys weren't in like a committed situation or you know, there wasn't feelings involved or anything, but it doesn't feel like it was like super heavy, like, oh my gosh, you got so much baggage, I've got so much baggage. Like it just didn't feel, I don't feel that heaviness that was in option number 1. But anyway, let's have a little look. Let's see, let's expand on this. Spirit might be like, you're wrong, but whatever. Okay, here we go. Clarify the 10 of Swords, please. Clarify the 10 of Swords. Right, so we have the Knight of Swords reversed here. The 2 of Cups for Aragonite. Oh, interesting. So we have the 9 of Swords and we have Strength here. So yeah, you guys could have been a bit disappointed or sad with the ending. Or with the emotions that have, or the situation that has transpired here, if there is an ending anyway. I mean, 10 of Swords. But yeah, I feel like maybe one person, it's not like one person was necessarily more committed than the other, but I think it was something like, you know, one person was like, okay, let's use the analogy of the summer romance again, but one person was like, okay, you know, we're going home now, let's just stop it here, like let's stop communication, let's just basically stop everything. Whereas the other person was a bit more like, I mean, we could do long distance, why not, why don't you want to do that? But it was like, the other person was like, I'm seeing like one person trying to console the other, basically. Like where we have the contrast of Strength and the 9 of Swords. Strength is kind of putting on this almost mask of bravery, whilst the other one is internally hurting, maybe. There's the Sun here, please. Oh, there's the Queen of Swords. There she is. We have the Queen of Swords. So, where's the 3 of Wands? Oh, interesting. So we have the Ace of Wands. So it's funny, you've got all of your wand cards in reverse so far. Because the Fool is actually supposed to be, I'm sure it's supposed to be Aquarius energy, but it's giving me major Aries right now. So some of you guys could have Aries placements, like an Aries Mars or something as well. Why is the Fool here in reverse? Whoa. So we have the Queen of Cups. There's a lot of feminine energy here. We've got Queen of Cups. We've got the 5 of Cups here. And we have the 9 of Wands. Again, 9 of Wands is that caution. It's like this situation has taught you to be cautious about something. Do you know what it is? Some of you guys might fall in love really easily. Like you get super passionate about someone, you get super wrapped up in them, and then it all kind of like comes to an end. And it's like, now I've got to deal with my emotions on my own. Like I've got to deal with this loss again now. So I think for you guys, in a weird way, because I feel like for a lot of us it's about being more open in love, but for you guys it's a bit like being less naive or more cautious in love, or in who you engage in romantic affairs with. Where's the Queen of Wands in reverse? How about the Queen of Wands in reverse, please? Ooh, there's that Aquarius energy here. So some of you guys could have Aquarius placements. We've got the Star. with the Queen of Wands reversed. Interesting. Again, that Queen of Wands is giving me like almost like a Four of Pentacles, like keeping a lot to yourself. Even like keeping your hopes or like your dreams to yourself. Because that Sun is super creative, inspiring. Like it's almost like maybe this person even stole your ideas, or they would like almost sabotage things for you maybe. And you got the Four of Swords at the bottom of the deck as well, which is like that rest, rejuvenation. I'm interested to see what your oracle cards are going to be. Why is the Queen of Wands here? Can I say that again, please? And the Seven of Pentacles. Yeah, something you're working on. Keep it private. This is so interesting. I feel like this just took a turn. Okay, so, and with the Queen of Cups here as well, trusting your intuition when it comes to the best way, what the best thing to do is in situations. Like here when I was thinking, I think I said at the beginning, new direction. So it's like when you're going along your path, like navigating your life almost, it's like learning to tune into your intuition a little bit more. Rather than just focusing on what feels good in the moment, what is like igniting you. What is your intuition saying? How do you actually, like, what is beyond that feeling of excitement or passion? Especially because this Queen of Swords has this little heart locked behind these bars here. It's like she focuses on her logic. She looks ahead more than the initial moment. She's taking in everything in her surroundings. Like air signs are very much observers, taking in everything, picking up all the little details. It's giving me Mercury. Some of you guys could have Virgo placements as well. So it's like, I'm going to take calculated risks now. Like you could be, it's like, I don't feel like Spirit is saying, you know, don't be who you are, which is maybe quite adventurous, quite easygoing in life, or wanting to go after crazy big things or achieve, or I'm seeing so many different examples here, like things to do with career, things to do with just general exploration and adventure, things to do with, outside is purple right now, and this reminds me of the third eye as well. So again, that intuition here, looking with your third eye, what are you not seeing about things? I feel like is for you guys what this is teaching you. Sorry, just side note there. Yeah, seeing lots of different situations for you, being cautious in connections. It's like, even though you might connect easily with people and feel very strongly about them, how much do you know that person, you know? Right, let's move on to your oracle cards and see what we have. Right, so I want to pull these cards on camera for you guys. We're using the Romance Oracle Festival to look at what this connection is here to teach you. So why did this person on Aragonite's mind come into their life? And what was the connection here to teach them, right? Meditation. Okay. Whoa, okay. I'm not taking all of those, I'll tell you that much. Like this card really wants to come out. I'm not surprised. Okay. Whoops. Let's now pull the Messages from the Universe deck. Oops. Do you know what? I feel like keeping that. Right, that's going to be one of your cards. So. this individual to teach them? Where did it come into? One more, please. Okay, interesting. Do you know what? I'm going to keep this one because it's screaming at me a bit more, but I'm going to keep that. I might reference that a bit later. Okay. I feel like I took maybe too many, but I'm not sure. Right, so let me show you your angel cards for, what are these called? Spirit animal ones. So we have, first of all, Rabbit Spirit, now is a lucky time. And we also have Butterfly Spirit, transformation is beautiful. This was kind of in reverse. Yeah, I'm surprised to see this in your pile. Do you know what I'm getting from that Butterfly Spirit straight away? Is like the idea of obviously going from a caterpillar to a butterfly, being able to, you know, you're a little caterpillar, all you can do is kind of just like crawl around. You're a lot more vulnerable, and because you're just munching on leaves, you know, you're very small. But then you become this big butterfly who's able to now fly from place to place, and also has to navigate having wings now, has to navigate this new, it's also in the air, having that air energy opposed to more of that, I don't know, I guess earth energy, which would be a caterpillar because it's on the earth, but if I'm being literal. But it's like there's so much more sensations and things going on and new things to navigate here. New experiences. So I feel like you guys were perceived, it's like you were perceived as quite vulnerable people. Like easy to maybe manipulate or easy to get one up on. With this Rabbit Spirit here, with now is a lucky time, I feel as if I'm almost getting the idea of the analogy of investments, like knowing just when to put your money in to buy more or to take money out to retrieve your money, or whatever the terms are, whatever they're called. It's like, okay, you almost have this sixth sense, your intuition, which is telling you when to take that leap and when to hold back. So whereas before maybe you didn't quite get that balance right, it's like what this connection is here to teach you, or has taught you, is when the fruit is ripe, basically, when it's time to pluck the fruits, or when it's time to take that leap. So many different analogies for you guys. I feel like this pertains to so many different areas of life, maybe for you guys as well. That's why I'm struggling to like pinpoint one exact thing. We also have it getting to know each other. As you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. So yeah, spending more time getting to know who the person is behind the mask, behind the initial, you know, energy that you feel, basically, or who they pretend to be. Spending more time on that so that you don't get tripped up. And then passion here, allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. So there's two things for this one. The first one is that Spirit doesn't want you to get rid of this side of you, the passionate, possibly fiery side of you, the side that isn't afraid to do things or isn't afraid to love and be open. They don't want that for you. They just want you to be a little bit more cautious. They want you to not be overtaken by lust or passion, but see beyond that. I'm also drawn to the wings on this angel here. It's like he can fly away whenever he wants. He has this freedom about him, much like this butterfly. He's less vulnerable. He's happy to be here and happy to love and seduce, I'm hearing. But he's happy to, you know, indulge in their situation. But he's not putting, that phrase, he's not putting all his eggs in one basket because he can easily fly away. He has a whole world open to him. And I feel like this situation is here to teach you that there's more to life. Maybe you kind of saw quite a limited view on life depending on how you grew up. Then also we have to retreat here, which is again that Four of Swords energy coming through with it's time to disconnect from the world. So taking a break, taking a step back, refocusing, grounding yourself as well. I don't know, again, I don't know if you guys are quite extroverted or maybe always just saying yes to people to do things, but where it's like, okay, have a bit more alone time, spend a bit more time with yourself, with your own energy, rather than taking on everything. I think as well that comes down to knowing what you want, because when we're taking in everyone else's, when we're quite an intuitive person and we're just taking in everyone else's energy, we kind of find it difficult to decipher between what is our desires and what is someone else's, or what is someone else our own energy and what is someone else's feelings or energy. So having that time alone where you can do your self-care, do spiritual baths, and relax is really going to help you make better decisions for yourself. Okay, here we have you are being watched by loving eyes. What if you're actually an ancient gladiator of love and joy who agreed to visit Earth during these primitive years to spark some new thinking, share a few smiles and help others discover they are awesome too? Just saying. The universe. P.S. Up for a joust, of course, with rubber thingies. Okay, so I do feel like this is saying how you guys have your own mission on this earth. You guys, again, you're here to inspire people. You have that fieriness about you and that passion and go-getter energy because it's inspiring for others as well. And it is meant for you. But with everything, we just need balance. You also have it's not as if you need anyone. So again, that kind of comes in when we are talking about putting all our eggs in one basket and also becoming too involved with what other people are doing or trying to please them opposed to pleasing ourselves. And change is always good. I can't remember what I said with the full card. Was it redirection? Something like that. It says, actually, the only effective way of changing another person is by changing yourself. Works every time, guaranteed. Although I'm kind of partial to the way you are right now. So yeah, you guys are going through a change, transformation period of, or this, at least this connection is kind of navigating you through that, has brought this up for you. Is saying there is now a time to change, and I feel like it's a time to mature as well for you guys. Maybe you guys are younger, like early 20s. You could be older, it doesn't matter. We're always ready to learn something new. And then finally we have everyone is doing their best. There are really only two types of people, those you now love and those you will, until there's only one type of person, and then we'll probably hit replay. So I think, again, that ties into the trying to change people, trying to mold them into you. It's like no one's gonna, you can't mold people into who you want them to be, basically. You can't project onto people what you want them to be. And this person may have actually done that to you, and that's kind of the way that it's mirrored back to you, is that rather than you try and do this to them, they've tried to do this to you. So by showing you that, they're saying that maybe in other situations in your life, where maybe in career or something like that, where you are playing more of a dominant role, it's like you need to accept people for their own strengths and their own weaknesses and meet them where they're at, opposed to expecting them to meet you here with the butterfly, like, and the rabbit. Like, even the rabbit looks like it has wings, right? It's like, you are extraordinary, okay? You can fly. But these people are still caterpillars. They can't get up there. Or if they do, they're going to take a long time. So meet them. Why don't you fly down to them and not sink to their level, obviously, or anything like that, but just meet them where they're at, basically. So I hope that made sense for you guys. I hope that clarified why this person came into your life and what they were here to teach you. If you enjoyed the reading, please give it a thumbs up and comment down below and tell me what else you want to see from me. If you are new here and would like to see more from me, I post mostly spiritual and lifestyle content, and you can subscribe down below. And finally, I am now offering private readings. If you are interested, I will have a link in the description, and I will see you in my next one. Bye. Alright, hi pile number 3. Those of you who chose the Selenite wand here, welcome to your reading. I've already pulled your cards for you, so I'll show you those now. So we have the Ten of Pentacles, whoops, the King of Wands, the Three of Wands in reverse, the Page of Swords, the Sun, which also came out in pile number 2 as well, and the Knight of Swords reversed. First of all, your pile is a lot more masculine than the other piles have been. So that's a little note here. Like, everything here is just super masculine energy. So what is this connection here to teach you? Let's see. Yeah, so like, you know, divine masculinity, divine femininity, obviously nothing to do with genders. But that yang, that masculine energy, this connection is here to kind of like, I feel like bring you into that, empower you through your masculine energy with the King of Wands here and the Ten of Pentacles. It feels like someone who is looking to build, almost looking to conquer with this Page of Swords. It's like he's on this mountain, like, what can I conquer? What can I make mine, basically? Like, with all these ideas almost. Some of you guys might have Aquarius placements, Capricorn placements. This could be Venus as well. With this Knight of Swords in reverse, I'm actually getting that maybe sometimes you guys aren't good at articulating your desires. And this could even just be like maybe with bigger plans, like nothing to do with relationships, but maybe to do with like careers and stuff like that. Articulating what you want out of your life. And also, yeah, like making clear plans and goals. Like doing more of that masculine energy of thinking, like step by step, being very, it's quite air energy here, like being very analytical, being very thorough of how you can get to the next stage. How can I get what I want, basically? And it's by taking action. You may have been someone who didn't really take action. Because one thing with the King of Wands is he's a great leader, but he's not the one doing the tasks. It's like a manager of a business. It's like the manager isn't doing most of the menial tasks. The manager is almost directing and delegating tasks. So very much King of Wands here. So even me saying that, maybe that's something that you're realizing through this relationship, is that, or through this situation you've had with this person, is that maybe that's a role that you prefer. Instead of doing all the like little bits and pieces, apologies for the focus on this camera, it is very annoying. You are really good in that role of like using your charisma to entice people to work with you, or to build your empire, to build up your finances as well. It could even just be like, maybe you see in this person the long-term goal of like maybe marriage and kids and all of those things that kind of require a lot of stability around it. And it's like this situation has pushed you to actually start implementing that into your life. Like this situation has pushed you to start actually focusing on your finances and getting them in order and looking at how you can expand. And rather than waiting for things to come to you, it's like getting in that yang energy of going after what you want, taking action towards it. I'm intrigued to know, so I'm going to take, this is like the quickest I've taken clarifiers, but yeah, this is a very different energy from the others. So let's clarify this. Let's see, why is the Ten of Pentacles here for those students? Why is the Ten of Pentacles here for what they're learning? Right, so we have the Five of Pentacles. The card of loss, of financial poverty. I'm definitely seeing these pentacles as being finances here. It could also be like material things such as like a home or the things inside of it, or I don't know, like assets and that. I'm seeing like a very Capricorn-y, even Taurus, like earthy energy here. So again, it's like this has inspired you to get your finances in order, from going from the Five of Pentacles to the Ten of Pentacles. Like, this is what I want. I'm even looking at the dogs here, and like, you know how pets are such a big responsibility and also quite expensive in terms of like getting insurance and making sure that they're okay and everything. So it's like being able to look after everyone that you care about dearly, which could be this person you're asking about or who's on your mind, basically. Right, if I have a King of Wands, please. Right, we have the Fool card here. So I'm hearing taking a new direction, taking a new approach to life. That's interesting. Can I have the King of Wands again? Oh, wow. We have the Knight of Wands, which is funny because I was talking about you guys not being able to express yourself or express your desires, and that's exactly what the Knight of Cups, sorry, does. He's able to express his love, to talk about his feelings, to go after the person that he wants to, basically, to take the leap of faith, to be also the Wand energy in the King and the Queen is about confidence. I feel like you guys definitely embody a lot of masculine energy and divine masculine energy as well. So it's like this situation has allowed you to hone that, like to, yeah, hone that basically in a positive way, because like masculine energy can be more so in its shadow aspect where we start seeing that toxic masculinity. But you see the emotions here of the Cups and the Fool card, and not even really the emotions of the Fool card, but you see this little crystal, sorry, there we go, this little crystal that she has in her hand, almost representing that spiritual insight, the trust in the unknown, which comes almost from, for a lot of people, from spiritual practices or spiritual ideas about life, you know. And you know, we have, that's why I didn't want to say here that you guys are learning to be logical, because I feel like sometimes we compare in like a gender terms or like in a societal sense masculinity and femininity as like logical and illogical, when that is definitely not the case. Both are very capable of thinking logically. It's like this person, it's like you though, your logic is now, it's like you're open to and you have all the ideas now. It's like maybe before I just went from step A to B, and you know, if emotions crept in, then that was wrong because emotions aren't logical. I can't make sense of emotions. But actually now I'm realizing that I can use these emotions, I can use this passion or feelings that I have about someone or a situation to motivate me in a material sense, to motivate me to achieve. And that's probably always been there, but you haven't recognized it as something or as such, as the source of that motivation, basically. Because as humans, we need connections. Right, can I have the Three of Wands here, please? Oh, that really wanted to come out. That was Judgment that wanted to come out here, but it didn't. So we have the Seven of Swords here. That kind of came out in reverse. Do you know what? I feel like this is you, maybe previously or something, being overly logical, because the Seven of Swords is a very logical archetype. It's like a person who is like planning each stage, is very meticulous, is very much being strategic, and it can sometimes come off as a bit of a negative thing as well. like doing it so that everything just falls in your favor, basically. Kind of sometimes manipulative as well, but I feel like instead of doing that, you're almost opening yourself up to possibilities. Let's clarify that again. What's 3 of Wands? What can you tell me about that? Yes, okay, 3 of Pentacles. The possibilities of working with other people, collaborating, sharing resources as well, I'm hearing actually. So yeah, the 7 of Swords again is, like I said here, it's like he's doing everything because it's for his own benefit, whereas the 3 of Pentacles is for a group, is a group project. We're working on this together. So it's like, again, I'm getting this idea of you wanting to, or this situation inviting you to collaborate and inspiring you to work with someone on a life goal, inspiring you to build with someone, rather than being in that energy of like, you know, again, that toxic masculinity of like, I'm the male, so I'm the provider. Obviously you don't have to be a male, female, or whatever you identify as, but of I'm the provider, and then this person can just, you know, basically I'm providing for this person. It's like, okay, but what about if we actually both collaborated on something and made something even bigger than what I could make myself? Where's the Page of Swords here, please? Oh, do you know what? I really thought that was the 7 of Swords again. And I was like, how did I have 2 7 of Swords in this pile? Which I don't. But it's actually the Knight of Swords again, which we already got over here. So again, you have that Knight of Swords energy. Page of Swords. That's a 4 of Swords that came out in reverse here. So do you know what? I feel like this has also inspired you to stop sitting back and, yeah, like allowing things to come to you. It's like, okay, no, I'm going to make things happen for myself. It's like when they say they've lit a fire up your ass or something like that. Is that actually a saying? I don't think that's a saying. I'm so sorry. Like they've lit a fire up in you, not in you. That sounds so disgusting. Yeah. It's like you have the energy to go now, okay? Where's the sun here? Where's the sun? 7 of Cups. Ooh, lovely. Not lovely. But basically that choices, the indecision. I'm almost very drawn to this one cup that is more red toned than the other, standing out than the others. It's like, for me, this is like the blinker cup. Like, you know, you think you do have all these choices about things, and maybe you are quite an indecisive person, but now it's time. This is teaching you to go after what actually ignites you, what excites you, not just what you think you should be doing or what other people have told you to do. It's like, rather than looking here and here and here, it's like, I could do that, but no, but this one actually looks interesting. This one looks exciting, and I'm gonna go after that one. It's like, stop sitting back and do, basically. Why is the Knight of... Oh, okay. Knight of Swords here in reverse, please. So again, that 2 of Wands coming out, that decision making. Learning to be decisive and going after it. Because the Knight of Swords is very quick energy. Like, air energy is very quick. Its thoughts are coming in quickly. It's reacting quickly almost. Depending on the air sign. Then you have the Ace of Swords that came out in reverse there. I'm just going to clarify that quickly. Ace of Swords in reverse. Okay, we have the Devil. The Devil, interesting. I feel like the Devil for me is coming about that desire again. Going after your desires. And almost not seeing it as a negative thing. 5 of Cups reversed. This is interesting. Okay, do you know what? I'm going to move on to the oracles because I'm just getting like too much information almost. So yeah, I'm going to move on to oracles so that we can keep the message super specific to the question. Right, so first I'm going to pull some romance angels because I want to do these oracles on camera actually. Yeah, so for those choosing sun might want to please, what is this connection teaching them? What are they learning? And also, why is this connection coming into their life? Why is this person on their mind come into their life, and what is it teaching them? Why is this person on their mind come into their life, and what is it teaching them? Oops, I'm not going to take those, but I'm going to put you in. Okay. Right. Oh, I knew that card was going to come out. How interesting. I want to just clarify if I can advance these. Oh, I knew there was one more. I always know. Okay. Let us take these now to see into some of this institution, please. Okay, that's cool. Lovely, lovely jubbly. Yeah, what am I doing? Let's start off with these. Okay, sugar. I had one of these as clarifiers, but I think it was that one. Those two seem like they go together. Okay, so we have heart-to-heart conversations, which is funny because when I first picked up this deck, I saw it at the bottom. And I don't know why whenever I see a card, I kind of know when it's going to come out. But anyway, yeah, I'm not surprised to see that. It says, honestly discuss your feelings with each other. We have let your friends help you, ask for and accept support from others. That Three of Pentacle energy there. Okay, they want me to show you this one. So we have you deserve love, you are lovable. Then we also had pay attention to the red flags, which I was a little bit confused about. So I did pull a clarifier, and I'm counting the clarifier as the you deserve love one. And it is the signs are cautioning you. And you know what? I'm getting the image of the Seven of Cups for that card. So I'm going to take note of that. Right, so the original cards that I had, which were from the Spirit Animal deck, we have Sing Your Own Song, Canary Spirit. And we have Chameleon Spirit, which was in reverse with Act As If. I'm drawn to those numbers. We have a 12 and we have 14. Also, which comes down to a 3 and a 5. Right, you also have from the messages from the universe, you are being watched with loving eyes. This actually came out in another pile as well. It says, what if you're actually an ancient gladiator of love and joy, who agreed to visit Earth during these primitive years to spark some new thinking, very air sign energy, share a few smiles and help others discover they are awesome too. We also have, it's not as if you need anyone. This came up in another pile as well. It says, for as long as you wish to keep them in your life, whoever they may be, understanding them as opposed to changing them will widely improve the chances that they'll wish to keep you in their life. On the other hand, you're pretty much stuck with me, the universe. Okay. That's not in focus. Okay. Roitio. We also have honor thyself. It says, just curious, when was the last time you looked into a mirror and addressed yourself as gorgeous, magnificent, or sublime? It matters. Again, I'm seeing the King of Wands with this card. And we have, you know what to do. It says, in all battles of the heart over the mind, go with your heart, because truly it's a lot easier for your mind to catch up with your heart than your heart to catch up with your mind. A whole lot. Right, I need to change the battery and I will be back. Right, so we are back. Right, so heart to heart conversations. Let's start over here. Yeah, when I was talking about you guys, I feel like you guys maybe struggled to open up. Sorry, struggled to open up about how you feel. Like almost being too logical, too in your head, especially with you know what to do. When we had that 7 of Cups there, where there's so many different options, but actually there's only one option that lights you up. There's only one option that is making you feel like the sun, making you feel warm and fulfilled. But you ignore it because you think logically you should look at all the options. But actually you already know what to do. And this is what this person has taught you. What else do we have? We have you deserve love here. It's giving me very much the King of Wands here. Like the King of Wands is super confident. He knows himself. He knows his strengths there, when I was saying how you are almost figuring out what drives you in life and what makes you feel fulfilled and passionate about life. And honor thyself. It's like saying honor what you want, not what everyone else, what you think you should be doing or what everyone else is saying that you should be doing. What do you actually want to do? What lights you up? And also, how do you talk to yourself as well? Sing your own song. That comes into this Canary Spirit card here. Forging your own path. The King of Wands is very individualistic. He's not, I feel like he's almost the most unique out of all of the kings for me. Like I feel like he's always, I don't know why I'm thinking of Santa Claus, but imagine Santa Claus and then imagine, I don't know. I feel like the King of Wands is just out here doing his own thing, but he's always making it work for him. Like he's still just as in control as the King of Pentacles, or just as wise and as the King of Swords. But he does it in his own way. He knows what his strengths are. And he uses those, like, which is his personality and his passions. And he uses those to his advantage. And then here with Let Your Friends Help You, the idea of that 3 of Pentacles, where I was saying how this situation has taught you about the advantages and the joys of collaboration opposed to doing everything alone. Learning to delegate tasks and share loads with people. Share anxieties, share fears. Asking for help for simple tasks and for complex tasks. You know, just because you want someone there, just because it makes it more fun or makes it less stressful. You also do have pay attention to the red flags, the signs of cautioning you. I'm getting no messages for this card, but yeah, a card for you. I feel like it does touch on a little bit of that 7 of Cups energy here with, you know, not all of the things that are, all of the options at your fingertips are good options. Like not all of the people in your life are going to be for you. Not all situations are going to be for you, and that's fine. Yeah, you are being watched by loving eyes here. For me here, when it says, what if you agreed to visit Earth during these primitive years to spark some new thinking, share a few smiles and help others discover they are awesome too. It's almost like finding your path. Finding what fulfills you and what makes you feel like you have the drive and a purpose to like succeed almost. Like maybe you've always had this drive to succeed. You've always wanted to be successful, but now you have that thing behind you, that fire in you, which is the passion basically for the thing that you want, you really want to do, what really ignites you, even if it's different from everyone else, what everyone else is doing. Maybe this person is like very different from those who you've always surrounded yourself with, and does something super unique or interesting, and you haven't seen that before. And now after this situation, it's like, okay, well, even if you don't want to do that same thing, I can do something different and unique. and be successful in it too. And then also we have, it's not as if you need anyone. And we have understanding them as opposed to changing them will widely improve the chances that you'll wish to keep them, that they'll wish to keep you in their life. So again, not being overly controlling, not being overly logical, or even, and balancing between being independent and asking for help. We have act as if here. I haven't looked in the book for any of the things, but I want to go for this one. You know, obviously chameleonism is all about blending in. And I think it's for you guys is maybe you've always blended in, or you've always just, even though you felt like you stood out, I feel like you guys would just blend in anyway. It's kind of like you wanted to be a chameleon, like when I said how doing things because other people were doing them, not because it's what you wanted to do. Okay, interesting. So this one actually talks about, because it came out in the reverse, being sensitive and having empathy for others. It says, chameleon spirit does not want you to adapt to these conditions by withdrawing or distracting yourself, hoping the feelings will just go away, or attempting to rescue another who may be having a pity party. You can be swallowed up trying to manage it all. Yes, again, trying to do everything yourself. It is time to figure out where you end and the rest of the world begins. Not all conditions are yours to match. You need to distinguish your own colours from the rest of the world right now and take time out to soothe your sensitive soul. Choose some activities that will restore your sense of being grounded and avoid people who revel in drama. We also have take a break from oh my god, my throat. Whoa. We have take a break from social media too. Self-care and a time out is the answer to this temporary dilemma. So knowing when to be around others. Again, that, did I also talk about an extroverted personality with you guys? I can't remember now, I'm so sorry. Oh, this cold is getting to me, hold on. Whoa, okay, sorry guys. Right, so I think actually I'm going to end the reading here. I'm struggling to talk, I'm struggling to breathe. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up, comment down below. If you are new here and want to see more from me, I post mostly spiritual and lifestyle content, and you can subscribe down below. And I'm also now available for personal readings. There is a link in the description. I will see you in my next one. Bye! Hi Lapis, Lazuli, welcome to your reading. Let's move this out of the way. So I have already pulled your tarot cards for you, and much like pile number 3, you guys have a lot more masculine energy as well. So I feel like if you guys are natural masculines, basically like more divine masculines, then I can see why you guys would be drawn to these readings. I mean, the last 2 piles. Anyway, here we go. We've got the 5 of Wands here. The 6 of Pentacles, the King of Swords, King of Swords, ooh, King of Pentacles. I didn't even realise 2 kings were right there, right next to each other. We have the 5 of Pentacles. I don't even know which way I want to put that. The 5 of Pentacles. And the Ace of Cups in reverse. Right, deal. Okay, first things first, I'm hearing the word balance. I feel like this connection is here to teach you about balance. Yeah, with the 6 of Pentacles here to teach you about balance. This is the balance between giving and receiving, which is basically the balance of masculine and feminine energy, yin and yang. I also feel like with the 5 of Wands, it's about how to overcome potential obstacles or challenges. How to be a good problem solver of things. You guys maybe like option number 3. Keep your emotions to yourself. Even just keeping your desires to yourself as well. This is giving me like Cancer, but like a masculine Cancer energy. it's like you have a lot of emotions and you have a big heart, but it's not something that you show often. Funny enough, we're going from the Five of Pentacles to, sorry, the Six of Pentacles over here to the Five of Pentacles, which is like a back step. Like the Five of Pentacles is one of loss, poverty, of not having enough, or feeling like you don't have enough anyway. Whereas the Six of Pentacles is someone who, especially in this card, because you don't really have the people down the bottom, but it's like having enough to a point where you can give it away, or even just understanding the flow of give and take, and knowing that if you give something, it's gonna come back to you, because the universe is balanced. It's all about balance. I'm also drawn to like the mismatch, which I've never noticed, but the mismatch of like animals on this thing. I know they're all meant to be like kind of animals that fly, but it's like they're so random. Like you've got a bird up here, and then you've got a little dragonfly, and then a bat, and then an owl down here, and it's a bit like, okay, all of us just chilling together, like super different people from all walks of life. So maybe this person who you met is like someone who you're inquiring about is someone who you never would have come across before, or it's like you guys together was a bit of a mismatch. Like you're from different walks of life. Even like one of you guys lived in like or came from maybe a more poverty-ish background, maybe to do with like finances or even emotional neglect as well, whilst the other one was more so like this King of Pentacles energy, where they were super abundant and stable and they could enjoy the finer things in life. Because this King of Swords and King of Pentacles, it kind of feels like it's like an inconjunct in astrology. It's like it's not working together, and they kind of feel like two different people as well. So, and the King of Swords feels more closely aligned with who you are as a person, who your energy is right now. Let's pull some clarifiers anyway. So let's see, what pieces are you learning? What is this? Sorry, what is this connection teaching that I mean? Why is this person? More clarifiers, please. So, starting off with the Five of Wands, please. Where's the Five of Wands here? Right, so you guys have two tens actually. 10 of Wands. Sorry, 10 of Cups even. And then the 10 of Wands reverse. Again, it's funny is that's kind of like, you know, you've got the tens here, but they both, that's a very contrasting energy. Is 10 of Cups is all about happiness, bliss, emotional fulfillment. 10 of Wands is all about struggle and responsibility and a lot of burdens as well, it can talk of. So either you guys have very polarized, I feel like, no, this is what this connection has taught you, is that life can be polarized. Like there can be struggle and there can be sadness or loss or hurt or whatever. And then there can also be stability and happiness and freedom. And they can coexist. So it's like it's highlighted this duality to you. The duality of the universe. Clarify the Six of Pentacles here, please. And it's also symbolized a truth. It's like you guys have had this universal truth. Clarify the Six of Pentacles. Oh, there we go. What's that going to be? I knew it was going to be Six of Pentacles again. So that's the Six of Pentacles in reverse now. Again, you've got that polarization. Six of Pentacles upright is someone who's able to give. You know, they've got a lot. They can give. They're abundant. And they're open to giving and open to receiving. Six of Pentacles in reverse is the other spectrum of that. Being cautious, being unbalanced, one giving, one taking. So again, you see that polarization here. So when we have that keyword balance right at the beginning here, it's still flowing in your reading as like a key lesson that this situation has taught you, basically, or this person has taught you. Why is the King of Swords here, please? Nine of Wands reversed. Here's the King of Pentacles. Ooh. So we have the Hierophant reversed and the Page of Swords reversed. Sorry, upright. Page of Swords upright. Hierophant reversed. For that King of Pentacles. I feel like as well, this has taught you like there's more to learn than possibly just like, say if you are someone who really focuses on material success, like getting that nice house, getting that 6-figure salary and all these different things. It's like this connection has almost opened your eyes probably to the different challenges in life, and also the different ways of living life. Like, say if you've always wanted to live in the city, you wanted to be in a penthouse with all these different things, and then you've met someone who is completely different to that, who is like a country person, and they go for like hikes and all these different things. They go camping and all this whatever. And then you've actually ended up doing these things with this person. You've ended up seeing that there's another way to live. Some of you guys might be like, obviously this is quite a UK based viewpoint, but live in London where you don't really get to see nature, you don't really get to see like open spaces and people from different walks of life. Because yes, London is very multicultural, but actually there's like a London culture, if that makes sense. And it's different from if you went to Wales, or if you went to somewhere less like industrial, I guess. Clarify the Five of Pentacles, please. Five of Pentacles, clarifying the Five of Pentacles. Okay. Which is funny. We've got Six of Pentacles, Six of Pentacles, Five of Pentacles, Five of Pentacles. So again, that duality here is being majorly reinforced. And as well with seeing different walks of life or different things of life, it's like opening your eyes to more of like a spiritual perspective as well with the Hierophant here. The Hierophant is a teacher, but it's a teacher of, sorry guys, it is a teacher of like spiritual knowledge. That is, for me, it's a teacher of spiritual knowledge that can be applied to the material world. Whereas like the High Priestess can be a teacher of spiritual knowledge, but she's more like things that affect your soul. Whereas this spiritual knowledge can impact your day-to-day life almost, or like your, almost like the idea of manifestation. It's a kind of a spiritual concept, but it can majorly impact your material wealth. Why is the Ace of Cups here in reverse, please? And then we have the King of Swords again. Oh my gosh, okay. So you're getting a lot of the same cards here. Hold on, sorry. I want to just clarify that one more time. Clarify the Ace of Cups, please. Right, okay, so yeah, definitely being more emotionally vulnerable, I'm hearing. Vulnerable is the word. You see, like, again, just super masculine energy coming through for you guys. Being more open and in tune with your feelings. And also anxieties as well. Like, again, I'm getting that analogy of being in the city and then being in the country. Like, where the air is a lot more clearer, where there's less pollution, and just even those simple things that you don't think affect you, like actually affect you. Affecting your mental health, affecting your breathing, affecting like all these different things that might contribute to your anxieties. But it's like out here, I can just breathe, I can have peace and quiet, I can see the stars, like simple things that maybe you didn't realize that you needed, but actually you do. Right, so I'm gonna get your oracle cards, and we'll get back. So I wanted to do this on camera, so let's start with Romance Oracle deck. Seeing what this person is teaching you, how this person's come into your life. Okay. I don't know, I feel like that one doesn't need to be there. Sorry. That's too many. Libras possible. Card comes. Oh, okay. I'll just take those. Why not? They're basically saying similar things. So let's just do. This for Lapis Lazuli as well. What are they teaching? Okay. Right, okay. Let's see what we've got here. Let's start off with the Romance Oracles. So you first of all have engagement. Your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. These are very interesting cards. You have a new love that came out here, which is funny, but I'll tell you in a moment why. A new person has stirred your romantic feelings. We also have calling in your soulmate. Your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. And then last but not least, we have love yourself first. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. Right, so what was funny, because basically the reconciliation card came out, but whenever I get a sharp pain in my head, basically it just means it's not meant to be there. So I put it back, and then you have new love coming here. So it was like reconciliation is all about someone coming back from the past, but then you had a new love come out. So take of that what you will, but yeah, I felt like that just wasn't meant to be there, but new love was meant to be there. So anyway, we have time for a love fest. These are the messages from the universe. And someone says, actually everyone is reasonable, they just have their own reasons, and usually it's worth trying to learn what they are to maximize the chance of a full-blown 60s style psychedelic love fest. We have a love is never in vain. When you finally see that this whole time space thing is about, you're going to laugh, you're going to cry, and you're going to be so happy you loved as much as you did. You also have love in spite of it all. These are all very similar messages in a way. Oh, it says, before this odyssey ever began, there was you, your best friends, a wide-eyed curiosity among you about who would be the first to leap, the first to forget, the first to kiss, the first to tell, the first to fall, the first to get back up, and the first to remember that it all began with a dare, to love in spite of it all. And then we have, it's not only about being right. In all tests of character, when two viewpoints are pitted against each other, in the final analysis, the thing that will strike you the most is not who was right or wrong, strong or weak, wise or foolish, but who went to the greater length of considering the other's perspective. That makes a lot of sense. Right. And then we do have here, again, it's very similar message of vulture spirit. Nothing is wasted. And then turtle spirit, slow and steady wins the race here. Right, I'm not gonna lie, I'm slightly forgetting what I said to you guys in your tarot spread, so I'm gonna try and make this match as much as possible. But I'm already forgetting some of the messages I told you guys. Right, so let me just try and see what comes up anyway. So your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. Do you know what? For me, this feels as if like you guys are, because of these lessons and this person, this situation, basically, it's like now you can experience basically a deeper type of love. I hope that makes sense. It's like now you have your eyes opened. And I also thought as well how we had new love here and love yourself first and all this kind of energy here of almost newness. And it's like even if this person wasn't completely from a different walk of life from you, they could have just shown you a different type of love. And also, if you're still with this person, then please take that engagement as like a actual, like, this connection is solidifying a bit more, because I don't see necessarily a lot of separation energy here, but there could be as well. But anyway, what was I saying? Sorry. Yeah, it's like this person is showing you or has taught you that there is more to people. Like maybe you've had very surface level connections. Maybe you haven't really opened up in them, and people haven't really been super, I don't know, like PDA or all these different things, or again, very adventurous, or just having different interests in general. And you haven't met anyone like that until now. It's like, okay, wow, there's people out there that I can actually connect with, or there's people out there that can offer me more, and I want those people. And then your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. I feel like for a lot of you guys, this person who you are, you know, asking about what they taught you basically, or what lessons were a part of this connection, is that they really did show you a kind of unconditional love. A love that allowed you to be fulfilled or like full in yourself, basically. Like someone who would call you beautiful all the time, or tell you that you looked good. Someone that would uplift you opposed to tear you down, and could allow you to have this self-respect, basically. And as I said in the other readings, even if they didn't do that and they kind of did the opposite, it's like they were mirroring to you that it's your self-respect that is going to make, the more self-respect you have, the better connections you have, basically. Yeah, again, we have a lot of cards of saying, like, you know, even if things didn't work out the way you wanted them to, it was still of value. I feel like maybe in a lot of other relationships you've had, you moved on very quickly, or you kind of were like, it didn't really mean much, in a way that it didn't profoundly affect you enough to take on board the lessons that the universe was trying to show you through that. So now, if it hasn't worked out, or yeah, if it hasn't worked out, then it's showing you that there is so much. It's showing you that everything has value. Even the things that you maybe don't value. Yeah, again here, it's not only about being right. So even the things that maybe you don't value, someone else might value. So even, let's just use the example of like different love languages or something like that. It's like, okay, the person who you were with, or you loved receiving gifts, but maybe you don't value receiving gifts. It's not like your love language. So it's like, even though you don't value that, that person values that, and that's okay. It's okay to be different. And here we have talking about referencing coming from kind of two different walks of life, and we did have again the very logical King of Swords energy compared to the King of Pentacles energy, where it's a bit more, you know, they've got a lot of financial stability. They could be maybe a bit more frugal with their money. I think that's what I'm looking for. Frivolous, I think I'm looking for, actually. Frivolous with their money. And it maybe that was like a butting head point for you guys. Something that you would butt heads over because one of you valued something different to the other. you guys had different perceptions of what is the way life is meant to be, but there's many different ways of living life, right? So I feel like this situation opened you up to that idea, or is going to open you up to that idea anyway. This slow and steady wins the race here. I feel like, again, that kind of talks about the analogy where I was having like the city lifestyle and the country lifestyle, of like one way of living is not necessarily better than the other just because you're used to it, or it's being promoted as the ideal way to live or the ideal way to get something. Even if this is just to do with like the relationship as a whole, where one person, again, that pentacle energy is very slow. It's very like, it wants to iron out all of the kinks on the foundation and make sure that it's super stable, so that when it's building, nothing is gonna get knocked down. Whereas air energy is a little bit quicker. It's looking at all the details, but at the same time it might just miss certain things. So where one person may have, that's why I felt like the King of Pentacles and the King of Swords were two different people, because I could feel like this, again, that word, the inconjunct there, of like things not quite fitting together, basically. Like a puzzle piece that isn't fitting, but at the same time, you know when like puzzle pieces don't fit, but like you can kind of, the picture would look alright if they were together. Like, say if it's just a piece of the sky or something, and it's like, okay, they're not meant to go together, but actually they kind of fit together and they kind of look alright. It's kind of like that in a way, of like, okay, maybe you guys are different from each other and maybe you're not meant to go together, but it works, but it's valid anyway. So guys, that is actually everything that I have for you. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, comment down below. Tell me what else you would like to see from me. If you are new here and would like to see more from me, I post mostly spiritual and lifestyle content. I am now open for personal readings if you are interested. There will be a link in the description, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.